Welcome to the electric Land Cruiser. All right, well, it's not electric yet, but I'm Jimmy, and this is my 1996 Toyota Land Cruiser, and my plan is to convert it into a fully functioning electric vehicle. Let's get started. Okay, so why choose a big, heavy four-wheel drive vehicle for an electric conversion? Don't you want something small and light and aerodynamic so that you can get maximum range? Well, yeah, probably, but I like to go driving off-road, and I want to have fun, and this is my first electric conversion, so I think it's going to be a big benefit to me to have all this space to work with. I see a lot of guys who choose a Miata or a Honda or cars even smaller than that, and they just run into issues of they can't fit the motor, the batteries where they want them. They have to have compromises, put the batteries in the passenger compartment, do all these things, and in the end it's just a big compromise because, believe it or not, it takes a lot of engineering to make a vehicle work. And so Nissan, with the Leaf, the Teslas, all these EVs that are coming out, they have a lot of engineering in them. So for us to do something DIY, I want more space to work with, more steel to cut, and more mass, more places to hide my batteries. So let's take a little bit closer look at my Land Cruiser. I got this Land Cruiser for $1,000 and it runs and drives, but I have no title for it. So I've been trying to get some title issues sorted out, and I'm almost there. So it's time to start working on it. Now this is the 1996 Land Cruiser, and it has the 4.5 liter inline 6 cylinder engine, makes around 200 horsepower, has a 4-speed automatic transmission. This vehicle has 324,000 miles on it, and this engine is not original. It's been swapped out before. This truck has been used hard and put away wet, and it shows it, but it's gonna be the perfect base for my electric conversion because most of the stuff that needs fixed, I'm just gonna pull out and replace. That motor is gonna be gone. The transmission is gonna be gone. Gas tank, exhaust is gonna be gone. And we're gonna put batteries in all those locations. We're gonna put a motor and controllers and drive it. Now I've spent a little bit of time cleaning up the interior. I replaced the steering wheel, some of the seats with some junkyard finds. The driver's seat is still a little beat up. 324,000 miles on the clock. No radio. But like I said, it's mostly here, and it looks pretty decent for $1,000, so it's gonna be a perfect base. Now, one of the reasons why these Toyota Land Cruisers are so famous worldwide is because of their tough durability and their rugged capability off-road. It's a full-time four-wheel drive vehicle with a low-range transfer case, and right now my vehicle's stock, but I want to lift it, tires, bumpers, and even though it's going to be electric, I think it's going to make an awesome off-road vehicle. So since I got this vehicle for $1,000, part of the reason it was so cheap is because I had no title. So I got a Vermont registration for it, which you are able to do for any vehicle in the whole United States if it's 25 years and older, even if you're not a Vermont resident. So I will be able to use that Vermont registration to get my Colorado title. So as you check out the Land Cruiser, it's got all the 7 seats, so I'll be able to fill it full of friends, and we can go explore the wilderness in eco-green, clean driving style. It's also going to be great to fold down these seats and also use the tow receiver to tow my trailer or move stuff around town and use it as a utility vehicle. 0 emissions. So yes, it's not going to go very far. I estimate with a Nissan Leaf 24 kilowatt hour battery that has been degraded over the years that I bought used, maybe I can get 10 to 20 miles range out of this thing, which is not very good. But when we're off-roading up on the trails here in Colorado, that's all you really need. The trails are really only 10 or 15 miles at the absolute maximum. And I've got another vehicle that I can tow this truck to the trailhead with, which will get me there fully charged, and then I can start driving. Most of the energy that's used in the car goes to aerodynamic drag. So when you're driving very slowly, there is none of that drag. And when you go up a hill or an obstacle, and then as you come back down, you can of course regenerate all that energy, or most of that energy, back. So I think for those reasons, this is going to be really fun off-road, and there are already a lot of other people exploring this concept. I've seen some Jeeps, some other Land Cruisers, Land Rovers, all sorts of vehicles. So I think this is gonna be tons of fun out in the hills and the mountains. And as we go, as I build this truck, I can add more batteries. This vehicle is a very high gross vehicle weight. It can carry like 1,000 or 1,500 pounds of payload, which means not only can I take out that iron block engine and that heavy automatic transmission and the gas tank and the exhaust, but I can fill all those spaces with batteries, and the more batteries I add, the more range it will go. So I want to build this thing and grow with it, and let's get started. Today is day one. All right, so job one, day one, we have to go take this and get emissions passed. Now, it's kind of funny because I'm going to convert this to electric, but until I do that, I need to get a Colorado emissions passed so I can get my Colorado license and registration. Now, there's a little trick, a little caveat that I have to say, because the other night I got my catalytic converter stolen out of this truck. And I had to weld in some bigger welds, 2 new ones, some cheapy cats off Amazon. Catalytic converter theft is just out of control, man. I don't know what is going on, but it's happened to me on 2 vehicles, happened to friends, happened to other people here at this parking lot, and it just is spiking all across the country. So I'm gonna have to do something about catalytic converters. Luckily, electric vehicles don't have them. All right, we're in the truck. I'm gonna start it up. Got a pretty big exhaust leak. We're gonna start it up and we're gonna head over to the emissions place. And then after that, we're gonna go to the certified scales and we're gonna get a certified weight on this vehicle before I start the conversion process. Let's go. Pass. We passed really well too. Probably has nothing to do with those holes in the exhaust. All right, so we got a big pass on the emissions. That's awesome. That means that now I can just go ahead and start tearing the truck apart, and I can get my registration and everything, and we can just go for it. And now I'm going to drive over to the certified scales, and I'm going to get a certified weight for this truck, and we'll see how much it weighs. And then after the conversion, we're gonna weigh it again. So let's go do that now. All right, we're here at the certified scales. These are for weighing vehicles at your, you're at your legal vehicle weight limit and not over it and things like that. So pull up and do that. All right, really cool. So our gross weight was 5,080 pounds. So my goal will be to convert the vehicle, have it fully running and driving as an electric vehicle, and be at or below that weight. We'll see. There's a lot of weight that has to come out, but there's also a lot of weight that has to go back in. And also the way these certified scales work is that weight is accurate to the closest 10 pound, or I'm sorry, accurate to the next 10 pounds. So that means that my truck can be anywhere from 5,080 exactly to 5,089.9. I think that's how it works out. So anyway, that's pretty cool. It's about 5,000 pound truck, and everybody throws out weights for vehicles and stuff. It's just kind of cool to know the actual weight. So now that's kind of it for this part of the video, this part of the series, and we just have a lot of hard work ahead of us, so we're gonna have to get started. Let's go do it.